Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news, taking all of the latest infos from the Star Citizen official shows and newsletters, and then regurgitating it back into your face holes like a bird feeding her young. Patch 2.6.3 has gone live, and there's been other updates and stuff as well, so a sneaky patch 2.6.3 has been released to live. It's basically a hotfix patch, improving performance and fixing some bugs. Weapons, thrusters and shield toggle has been disabled. This is 4, 5 and 6 on the keyboard, and the ability to manually adjust your engine power has also been disabled. These were basically causing issues and crashes and that sort of stuff, and they are going to be replaced with the full functionality with Item System 2.0. The patch also implies that Item System 2.0 is probably coming in the next major update, and we kind of thought that anyway. There does seem to be a few issues with pips still, so that's like aiming at ships when you're doing ship combat, desync and erratic frame rates, so it's possible that we could get another hotfix patch shortly, but we'll have to wait and see. It has fixed a lot of stuff though. For those of you waiting on a Delta patcher, it is in internal testing with them at the moment. And it was mentioned coming out in the coming months, but there's no exact time frame. It could be weeks, it could be months, we don't really know. I will update you as soon as I know more information on that, and I will be hot on the tails of the Delta patcher, because downloading just like a few hundred megs rather than 30 gigs every time they do a patch would be useful and would lead to incremental patches with lots of different updates like ships and fixes very quickly and rapidly. 3.0 should be making its way onto the schedule report shortly. That's robertspaceindustries.com/schedule-report. Aaron Roberts on Bad News Baron's stream hinted that it was something that we should see very soon. So think within the next couple of weeks, I think is what he was basically implying there. Ben Lesnick also mentioned that the plan is to go straight to a 3.0 patch rather than have a 2.7 or major interim patch with just some of the features of 3.0. Though this may change in the future, and I suspect that we will find out exactly what's happening in more detail extremely soon. Some Gamescom details. The 5th annual Star Citizen Gamescom party has been announced. It's in Cologne, Germany, in the Gloria Theatre on Friday the 25th of August, around Gamescom, obviously. There will be some people to meet and some never-seen-before gameplay, as well as a celebration of the game. These events are normally pretty cool, Gamescom ones. There are 750 tickets available for that event that will go in sale on lots of 175 to 200 on the 22nd and 23rd of April. Link in the description for all the details and where to get those tickets from and all that sort of jazz too. Sneaky peekies! Some Banu weaponry, the Singe. This tachyon cannon, called the Singe, is a long-range, high-damage weapon used by the Banu Defender. Like much of the Banu technology, its real origins are unknown, but based on the fact that it differs from other Banu engineering choices, UEE historians suspect that it was assimilated from another culture. With the next concept ship, the Banu Defender, being right around the corner, we should see some more on the Merchantman and the Banu race over the next couple of weeks too. ATV was focused on Austin, as well as the Cutlass Black and some modular buildings, so let's talk about that. They've been working on some new subscriber flair, the Vivid Display, which can display in-game locations and holographic info, as well as they're doing some work on some ship schematics for Flare too. They've continued to revise the Stanton system for the next major release. Landing zone AIs and usables have been getting much more development. They've been updating the shopping experience. You're going to be able to purchase parts of armor or bundled sets. They can also now create quickly on mannequins any outfit choices that they want for setups, allowing a much more immersive experience when walking around shops. It's like literally having shop mannequins there, and create that much more easily. They are finishing up some of the pickup shoots for motion capture with their in-house OptiTrack system, filling in some of the gaps from the Imaginarium studio shoots. They've also been working further on transition animations for characters sitting at tables and interacting with basically mess halls, getting trays, eating, then putting these trays away. This is kind of in conjunction with work on usables that allow players and NPCs to interact with multiple items simultaneously. So moving a tray around, eating items on them, moving with that tray, putting a tray on the table, all that sort of stuff, while having drinks in your hands and all that. They've been doing lots of debugging and implementing loads of fixes, including fixing a bug with music, Windows 10, 192 kilohertz sound, and the launcher, stuff like that. The Cutlass Black. So the reworked Cutlass Black was shown off in some of its glory. It's got a good bit bigger, and it will be tanky, cargo-y, and have good forward-facing firepower, though it's not really meant to take on dogfighters that will be able to outmaneuver it. I am really loving the look and direction of this ship. The changes and description of its rebalance of the ship, it kind of really suits me as a boarding or dropship now, but at a very cheap Drake price. And it fulfills a lot of roles very well. It's nice in the Drake lineup for basically what is needed for a pirate ship. There's also a video looking at the ship and its rework that I've done, as well as looking at some of the other Drake ships, well, all the other Drake ships in the lineup now, as all of the lineup are currently in engine, at least at CIG's end. Link in the description for that video, check that out. There's also a Drake sale onto the 10th of April. You can pick up any of the Drake ships or a package containing a bundle of them at a discount. This may be the last time you'll be able to pick up Cutlasses and some other ships before any form of price increase, so bear that in mind. Modular buildings, surface outposts, but talked about in some detail on a behind-the-scenes environments mini featurette. And they talked lots about these surface outposts. So design required a small, or the smallest location for buildings for planets. And these are basically surface outposts. They are durable, robust, modular locations that blend in with terrain. They have modules and parts like ships, and we shall see building and interiors dedicated to mining, storage, science, manufacture, biodomes, habitat areas, lots and lots and lots. The environments will be varied and visually interesting, these being kind of modular is required for the vast number of function and uniqueness that they want around the verse. They use simple building sets to start with, and then later modifying and add on pieces to create the look and feel they want for these outposts. So they start off with literally just boxes, and then add aerials and radars and all that sort of jazz, and then do modelling work. The grey box sometimes is modelled as well to a higher level of detail than the final version. That's because some of the effects can actually be done with textures, and this saves on resources. It is a balancing act between the highest quality visual fidelity that they can get, but also resources that are going to be munched by your PC. Not everyone's going to have this like super rig. Material libraries are used to texture and give buildings their look and feel. Planets are not even on their surfaces, so the outposts need to merge into the terrain with feet and stairs. Rather than ramps, they tried ramps and they didn't fit the feel for what they wanted, so they decided to go for a more simpler option and go for stairs. Once the assets are made and are kind of finalised, what they want there, they are grouped into prefabs like walls, stairs, doors. These tools allow them to simply and quickly create a bespoke outpost with whatever layout they want. In the future, we're going to see very varied outposts. These are kind of the simplest versions of them at the moment. The outposts are polished with visual targets, making them look right in the terrain that they're set in, right in the biomes, so you might give them icicles or extra little details like that, and then they're polished to make them look cool. These outposts can be procedurally placed and distributed for a huge amount of locations in the future. Next week, we shall also see a revamp to the referral program, and 2 pieces of subscriber flair are coming out next week. Well, next week's one, and then a Big Benny's vending machine is going out to anyone that backs before the 17th of April. So if you back around next week sometime, you'll be able to get both of those pieces of Hangar Flair. So that's kind of it for this week. I'm away at I60 next week, which is Insomnia Gaming Festival, but I shall attempt to do some news and stream and that sort of stuff while I'm there, though I might have to move some bits around. A huge thank you to my Patreons who help enable me to run this channel. Thank you so much. Patrons do get some extra random perks to incentivize people to back on Patreon. Exclusive videos, amongst other things, so check that out if you want to go the extra mile. But honestly, just your watching helps so much. Also, commenting on my videos each month gives one random subscriber a chance to win a ship. For April, that is a Drake Buccaneer, to celebrate the release of it flyable. So tell me in the comments, will a scheduled 3.0 report state some of your star citizen needs, or what do you expect to see in a 3.0 report? What sort of stuff do you expect to be in 3.0? Are you going to be picking up any Drake ships, or are you considering purchasing a Banu Defender? Please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. It really does help me, and I will see you in the verse.